What's going on, guys? It is Bernardo, and you just saw a quick unboxing on Lenovo's Legion 5 with the AMD processor gaming laptop. So what comes inside the box? Okay, so we have our setup guide right here. Awesome, right? We have our safety and warranty guide. Cool. You have your Legion Ultimate Supports little kind of pamphlet right here. You have your power cable, and you have your power supply, which is actually 170 watts. Now we're going to take the power cord and hook it up to the power supply. And right there, awesome. I'm going to put this stuff to the side. Great. Then we have the beautiful Legion 5 AMD processor gaming laptop, which weighs around 4.95 pounds with a thickness of 0.96 inches. Now, this guy is a beast, so we are actually going to turn it on, power it on. We're going to go over some of the specifications, some of the pros and cons of the laptop when I was testing it out for you guys. So let's get right into that. All right, so before we open this guy up and power it on, we're going to go over some of the ports and features on the Legion 5 with the AMD processor. Now, if you have the laptop facing you to the point that you are able to open it up like this, on your right hand side, you have one 3.2 USB port. On the left hand side, you have your audio combo jack. And next to that, you have one 3.2 USB always on charging. On the back side, we have an RJ45 port or Ethernet port. We have a Type-C that supports display. We have two additional 3.2 USB ports, an HDMI, and last but not least, we have our power port. All right, so let's open this guy up real quick. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful 15-inch display. Wow. Now, the power button is located right here at the top. We are going to press it to turn it on. All right, so let's talk about the trackpad on the Legion 5 with the AMD processor. Now, the trackpad, I didn't have any issues when I was using it. Most of the time, I was actually using a USB mouse because when I was gaming and doing a lot of editing, I prefer using a USB mouse. Now, the Legion 5 with the AMD processor is a full keyboard layout with the number pad on your right-hand side. When I was using the keys itself, I didn't have any issues at all. They're really responsive, but I felt like the keys were kind of flat for me. Now, the key distance between each key, if you take one dime and one nickel, that's going to measure around 0.12 inches. The keyboard is backlit with two settings, and it's not RGB, so you're going to get that white color. Now, the location of the speakers on the Legion 5 is actually located on your left and your right-hand side right here. If you have it on a hard surface and you're playing any type of music or games, it's going to bounce off the hard surface, and it's a nice quality. The loudest that I got the sound was around 92.7 decibels. Now, for the display, we are rocking a 15.6 Full HD IPS anti-glare display on the Legion 5 AMD with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. The refresh rate on this display is actually 144 hertz. The brightness on this guy right now, I think this is the highest on the brightness level. So this is the highest, and this is the lowest. This is the highest, and this is the lowest. At the top of the display, we do have a 720p webcam with the privacy guard right here, which is the slider. Sometimes it's pretty hard to actually get it to open and close. So as you can see, I'm having issues. You gotta like really dig in there to open it up. All right, so we just went over the trackpad, the keyboard, and the display on the Legion 5 with the AMD processor from Lenovo. So let's talk about the specifications. Now, on the desktop, I am going to right-click on the taskbar. We are going to go inside Task Manager. Within here, we are going to go and click on More Details. Let's open it up. Let's go to Performance. We're going to right-click on the CPU graph. We're going to change it to Logical Processors. Ooh, that's so pretty. So this machine is actually configured with the AMD Ryzen 7 4800H with the Radeon graphics processor, right? Has one socket, 8 cores, 16 logical processors, with a clock speed of around 2.90 gigahertz. That's what I'm looking right here. For memory, this guy is actually configured with 16 gigs. For hard drive space, it actually has a 512 solid state drive and 2 graphic processors. The first one is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 Ti, and then you have the AMD Ryzen graphics card. The reason that you got this one is because of the AMD processor. Now, with these specifications, I enjoyed this laptop a lot. I was able to do Adobe Premiere with no problem, rendering 4K video with Media Encoder. Super fast, super simple. I just did not have any issues on this machine. Now, for heating, it does get a little warm around this area right here and around the display. Don't get me wrong, the Legion 5 does have a lot of vents on your right hand side, left side, and on the back side, as well as the bottom, to keep it nice and cool. For gaming, it was a pleasure playing video games on this machine. It was capable of handling everything. I had no issue, especially with if you go inside Vantage. If you go inside Vantage right now, this guy is built with 3 modes. So if we click on right here, and the setting that I like to keep on this machine is balance mode. You are able to change it pressing function Q, and it will switch it to quiet mode. And then if you press it again, it will go to performance mode. It's not switching to performance mode, and the reason why is because it's not plugged into the power supply. But if you have the power supply hooked up, it will automatically go into performance mode when you do it 3 times. So right now I have it on quiet mode. If I do it again, it goes to balance mode. If you do it again with the power supply, it should go to performance mode. But I like to keep it in balance mode because when you start playing video games, it will automatically adjust itself to performance mode. Now let's talk about the battery usage on the Legion 5 with the AMD processor. Now I ran 3 tests using PC Mark 10. The first test was the Modern Office battery life. It took around 6 hours and 40 minutes. That's basically using like Word, PowerPoint, going online and doing a little bit of photo editing. On the second test, just pure video, Full HD, 7 hours, and the last one was gaming without the power supply. The battery life only lasts around 1 hour and 5 minutes. So that basically means do not use this machine if you're gaming without the power supply. Now the computer itself by default is configured within the BIOS or the firmware to automatically do hybrid mode. You are able to go inside the BIOS setting and then configure it to do discrete for the graphics processor. So that's really up to you if you want to configure that. All right, so let's conclude our review on the Legion 5 with the AMD processor. I really enjoy using this laptop. I had a lot of fun using it. Super powerful with the specifications. What can I say? It's just awesome, pure awesome. I did use this machine using an external monitor. I took advantage of the HDMI. I didn't have a Type-C display in the lab to use to take advantage of that display port. But if you have an HDMI monitor, just take advantage of that, boom, and then you're good to go. Now the retail price for this, starting price for the AMD model, is going to average around $810. And it really depends on how you get it specified at the Lenovo site. Now for this machine, 16 gigs, 512 gigs of solid state drive. It has the refresh rate of 144 hertz. The particular graphics card that it has, it's going to cost a little bit more. Overall, I did have a lot of fun having this machine at the lab, using it with editing 4K. I didn't have to create any proxy files. I was able to edit 4K natively with no problem. Gaming was awesome, especially I had my my boost mode into like balance auto, so it adjusts itself when it needed to. I didn't have any heating issues at all. And fan noise, what fan noise? I didn't hear anything. And that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review on Lenovo's Legion 5 with the AMD processor. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and do not forget about hitting that notification bell to get the latest and greatest from this guy. And I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.